Welcome back, folks. Oh, we're doing the damn thing. It is the voice of Onewheel hanging out with you on a Wednesday afternoon here on the East Coast. It's the morning on the West. And if you're in the Netherlands, like one of our guests today, then holy shit, it's late. That's okay. It's okay. Got a brand new season for you. Hope you guys are ready for that. It's a new look, a new feel. The format is a little bit different. We've got a bit of a green screen effect going on here. And it's all happening in the middle of what feels like an apocalyptic movie. Now, we've been saying that since the pandemic stuff started, and it was almost kind of a joke. But the problem here is that now I have to do a show that I would never shy away from in a way that I would not ideally do. And what I mean by that is that I can't not have at least something to say about what's going on in the world. So I know that this is a show about Onewheels, and I promise you that I will relate what's happening as best as I can to Onewheels, even though what's happening in the world is not even just comparable. But I know it's a show about Onewheels. And so I just wanted to start in a place where I want to speak for just briefly to get that out in the universe and let you know how I feel about what's going on. And then we'll get right into what hopefully can be a little bit of a I don't know. I don't want to say a place to all come together for an hour if we can. So it's just been tough, obviously watching the news over the past couple days and everybody already started out triggered. And then obviously George Floyd was basically murdered in my eyes. I mean, it was not, it's just the worst. And I love what's happening around the country where people are clearly listening for once. It's not the first time that a black man has been, killed for seemingly the color of his skin and something that he can't or she can't control. Happens to Native Americans almost twice as much. This is something that is a systemic problem, and you know that. You've been hearing that from everybody. But what I wanted to maybe offer that might be a little bit different than what you've been hearing throughout everyone, and everyone should be talking. If you're tired of hearing of this stuff, then too bad, because people of color, black people, have been saying, hey, we've been over here screaming, like, give us a minute. If we finally have the floor, can we have it for a second? Don't tell them that, we're not here to tell them that, we're tired of it. At least I'm not. But I just want to maybe offer the perspective that, like, what can we do? I'm sure there's a lot of people feeling, heavy-hearted right now. Every single one of the states in this country had protests, every single one of them, and multiple countries now too. We'll hear from people from other countries today, and it won't just be political. We'll talk a bunch of Onewheel stuff, but this isn't even political. This is just humanity at this point. And what a lot of people are asking, what can I do? So what I'd like to throw out there, something that I've been doing, is offering anybody, no matter what they look like, a friendly look when I pass them, when I see them in my world, in my life. If I'm on a Onewheel and I pass somebody, we're taught from the beginning, stranger danger. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, we were taught growing up, like, I hope our stream is okay. I'm just going to keep going. But we were taught growing up, like, don't look people in the city in the eye. Don't look people in the city in the eye. And then the first time I went to the city, most people didn't look like me, and I just didn't look anybody in the eye. What do you think that, feels like? I try to remember, like, I don't know what it feels like, what people of color, what black people are going through right now. But I try to think of that, like, what it must feel like if you're just, every time you pass somebody, they look away. Is it out of fear? Is it out of what you're just... I don't know, but it's something we can change. When I pass people right now, lately, it's just been something that I can personally do. I've just been trying to give a warm, welcoming, eye contact, smile, and a wave. And I gotta be honest with you, it's been awesome to see how people have been responding. People I might not necessarily have waved to just because stranger danger and you don't know these people and whatever. I'm just not even thinking about it. But now I'm conscious of it, and I want to make anybody that I'm around feel comfortable no matter who they are. And it's at least been something. If you want to do something, start there. It's a good place to start. And the way that I look at it as a Onewheel rider, I've been feeling a lot of hatred on my one wheel these days. People are triggered. People are not in a mood to see a guy on a one wheel and say, hey, that looks like fun. They actually look at a guy on a one wheel right now and they go, fucking douchebag. It happened to me. I was riding and I had, a four-way stop. I came up to it, did a rolling stop just like everybody does. And the car that was adjacent to me, just came in with a rolling stop. I went out first. And as I passed, dude rolls down his window and he goes, you stop at a stop sign, idiot. Whoa. Like, I'm just riding around full of stoke, having a good time. Like, I don't understand the problem here. But this guy's just ready to hate. Lyle and I went to the Lake Fairfax pump tracks, and some guy just started flexing just because he could, because it felt good. And I don't like it. I came home feeling oppressed as a one-wheeler. Now, I'm not trying to make any kind of parallels to one-wheelers and what people of color, black people right now are dealing with. But if you're not who I just mentioned, if you're a white person, for example, just try to put yourself, all I'm asking and all they're asking is to put yourself in their shoes for a minute. The best way you can do it is what in your life makes you feel oppressed. And as a one-wheel rider, when I get looked at like that, when I get kicked out of somewhere that I'm doing nothing but being completely pleasant, that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good. And so what I'm trying to do is really look welcoming to anybody that I pass when I'm on my one wheel. And I think that we should probably open it up to a group, because I don't want to just sit here and, talk at everybody. I want to talk with you. And that's what this whole new format of the show is going to be like. I want to have more group discussions on here, and the group rides have shown us that we were able to do that. So I want to start out, if we can, with Vince Vaughn. He's hanging out from the Netherlands, and dude is over there. It's a little bit ahead of the day, but can you just give us something, Vince, like your thoughts on when you're riding a one wheel? Have you had anybody kind of give you that feeling of you don't belong here, and how have you handled it?
Yeah, I have had some instance that the cyclists that go really fast sometimes cut you off or say something to you like get out of here, or that it isn't allowed. But I feel it happens more in the States, the aggressiveness to other people on the road, than over here in the Netherlands in this whole.
Well, I appreciate you being here. Let's go to Jeff Foote. He's here in D.C. and see what he thinks about it. Jeff, have you had anybody that's been kind of making you feel like you don't belong on a one wheel lately?
Yeah, for sure. I think there's definitely more grumpy cats out there lately. Probably especially with the pandemic too. I think people are just like more protective of their space, especially maybe you're riding somewhere where it's not, really a one-wheel thing. But yeah, definitely more grumpy cats. But also, I also think a lot more people also kind of reaching out and being like, hey, that looks cool. Or, people are, I think maybe the assholes are like more assholier, and then the cool people are cooler. So.
Well, you're here in D.C., Jeff. How has your experience been of what you've been seeing so far? And just a real quick, and then we'll go to Bob Nicholson out in California.
Like my experience in
Have you seen the protests? Have you seen riots? Have you felt comfortable? Are you uncomfortable right now riding around? What's it like?
I'm not uncomfortable, but I have been staying out of D.C. Just feel like, me on my privileged floating skateboard is probably the last thing the protests need right now. So I've been kind of staying away, but so I haven't seen the protests, but just been riding around my neighborhoods and stuff.
I appreciate that perspective. I know that this must be difficult for our first guest to come in here and be like, oh, cool, let's talk about this. But it's something that can't be ignored. Bob Nicholson's out in California. Let's just jump to a whole different coast. Bob, what's it like out there riding? Do you feel comfortable? Do you feel like people don't want to see you riding these days? Like, how are things out on the West Coast?
Mainly, I've been riding around with my kids lately because no group rides at this time. So when I'm out on the trails with my kids or out on the street, people are, since they've been cooped up inside, they're all like, wow, look at that thing. And, I haven't seen too much craziness where I live. I live in kind of a small city. They're doing some demonstration today, so hopefully that stays nonviolent at least. There was a bunch of businesses boarding up last night because they were worried about getting, their windows broken or whatever. But as far as I've seen, I haven't really seen anything in my neighborhoods that's been, out of the ordinary.
Do you feel comfortable riding around on your board just like a normal day, or do you feel is it in the back of your mind at all?
It's in the back of my mind, but I mean, I ride pretty fast, so somebody's gonna have to run really fast to catch me.
Excuse me. Fair enough. All right. Well, let me go into Javier. I want to talk to Javier because he's one of the most Stoked-filled dudes. He's also here in the DMV crew. Javier Starks. He's number 6, I believe, in one of the leaderboards, 2 in miles all time, number 1 in your hearts. He's mad at me now because I think I just botched that. Javier, hello, sir. What's going on? Did I mess that up?
Bob said, "Yo, I run pretty fast, so they gotta run pretty. They gotta run pretty fast to catch me."
What's it been like for you? What's the experience been like? You ride more than any of us, so I mean, tell me where is your head right now?
Yesterday, man, I went for a ride in the city, like in the heart of DC, and I have been trying to avoid doing that. Rightfully so. I'd say maybe 40% of the streets are just blocked off randomly, and then on just about every corner you'll find maybe 3 to 5 officers, if not in just like tactical gear, then like full riot gear, like machine guns standing on the corner. And I mean, they haven't been like don't ride per se, but there's random protests, random demonstrations, all of which, exercise your rights.
There's some cool people on the show today.
Yeah, man, what's up with everybody sending love?
I don't know who that was. Javier, there's a ghost apparently in our ranks.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Lyle, who is that? Lyle's running the scenes. Javier, real quick, just so everybody knows, Lyle is running the scenes so far, making things really smooth until Clyde literally just forgot what he was doing and didn't mute somebody. But I'm sorry, Javier, back to you, sir. You were in the middle of something.
Yeah, no, I was just talking about just the way that things look. I would be out riding, but we had like a random downpour about 15 seconds ago. Are they calling for rain today, Jeff?
Yeah, I'm supposed to thunderstorm at some point, I think.
Okay, I figured as much. Okay.
So,
yeah, but yeah, I'm listening.
So yeah, what I want to do, I'm gonna go to all my guys here, and I've got AJ Balanza here. He's on the call. Hang out, AJ. I know you're coming up here, and in fact, let's get him in here. AJ, unmute yourself, and Lyle, if you could pin him too, because you're coming up at 12:30. But just real quick, and then I want to go back to the group. AJ, where are you, man? I'm so sorry, I don't know what state you're in.
What up? We are in San Diego, California. I got Kyle right here. He's about to log into the call soon too, and we're just floating around on.
You gotta switch zones.
You guys are the best. I can't wait to talk to you. You're going to be here at 12:30, so you guys hang out if you can. Lyle, I just want to get to everybody here, so I'd like to just throw it to the group. We'll start with Bob out in California. What's up with this pint that was on fire? Did you guys see this thing smoking to death?
Yeah, I saw that.
What happened,
Pretty
dude?
crazy. As far as I could tell from the video and what the guy said, it was his first ride. He just turned the board on and the thing started smoking. A couple people think it's a fake video because so much smoke shoots out, but I don't think too many people have witnessed thermal runaway on a lithium battery, and they're pretty crazy when it happens. I mean, I don't know. I hope this doesn't, have a bunch of bad repercussions where now people can't fly with them. I hope this stays in the groups and doesn't get released to the news or anything like that.
Wait a minute. Jeff Foote, let's just say that you're on Bob's plane and Bob brings that thing onto his plane. Do you want him to hide it in the groups, or should we actually maybe say, hold on, maybe we shouldn't fly with this?
No, I mean, obviously I'm biased. I'm an owner. I want to fly with my Onewheel too. So.
Vince Vaughn, do you have a pint, my friend? I want to know, if Vince Vaughn in the Netherlands, do you have a pint, and if so, do you prefer it to the XR?
No, I have no pint. I have 2 XRs, but no pint. I've ridden a pint, but it's a nice board. Maybe I get one in the future.
Well, what do you say to somebody who's a new rider and they say, should I get a pint or should I get an XR?
Depends on your needs. What you want to get out of it. If
All
you
right.
want to do,
all right. He knows. See, that's a stupid question, Vince. I'm sorry for just that was a stupid question. Obviously, we all know that. Vince, what do most people ride with you? Do you see more pint riders in the Netherlands, or is it more XRs?
more XRs, but the pints are catching up.
All right. Well, Javier Starks is one of our biggest group ride distance riders. Javier, I'm going to put you on the spot. Do you mind when we go on a group ride and there's a pint rider where now we're going to have to charge every 40 minutes? Does everybody feel, what do you say to the pint riders? Like, does that bum you out?
No, me personally, you know me, I'm very accustomed to charging. So, nah, man. I mean, when I go on a group ride, to me, honestly, it's more about the vibe. I don't go on group rides to clock miles. I mean, it's kind of, that's part of like the sacrifice. You're like, okay, well, I'm not going to necessarily ride a whole bunch today, but it's the community atmosphere. It's the vibe of just hanging with the homies and seeing everybody, watching your homie hit that random hill, that random feature, or bomb that hill or whatever, bust out his new trick. It's more about that for me when I ride on group rides. So I don't really mind at all who comes along, how slow they go. I'm usually the guy that's in the back, making sure people are still with the group, unless I'm like, all right, I have this, and let me get up in front real quick, like, so we can take off. But man, you know, I don't really mind, you know, not at all.
I dig it. All right.
But I would never take a pint over XR though.
Well, a lot of people have been excited that skate parks are back. Let's go back out to Bob in California, who is able to maybe speak on the social distancing. I know it's been pretty hefty on you guys out there on the West Coast. So, are people back in skate parks? Have they taken the sand out? Are you guys allowed to? Are you allowed to ride around free?
They never really closed a skate park near my house. That was mainly out in, like, I think in San Francisco and down in Santa Monica and places that are really, really populated. I think I only have like 120,000 people in the city I live in. So it's not a huge city, but it's, you know, it's not a town. We only have one skate park as far as I know. And I mean, we've been doing the social distancing thing and masks for at least 2 months now. And I don't see it going away anytime soon.
Well, I think I have some I probably have. You guys are doing great, by the way. I think I have a little bit of lagging going on in one of the groups. If there is some lagging that is going on today, this video is being taped, and it's definitely going to go out full, nice and clean. So all of our guests are doing a wonderful job, and I appreciate them for being here. You're doing great, and I guess in the skate parks, I don't know. Let's go to Javier, because I'm guessing you've probably been to a few. What's the vibe with a Onewheel in a skate park?
You either get like totally welcomed, or you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing here type stuff, because you're in the way. But I mean, it depends on when you go. I ride, well, before curfew and all this madness, I would ride some really obscure hours. I'd be out riding at like 2 a.m. And so there's like nobody in the skate park. You have like skate parks to yourself and roads to yourself when it's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. I don't know, but I mean, I think if you show skaters that you can do a crowd or something like that, then they tend to embrace you a little bit more. They're like, oh, that joint, like, you like jump up that thing with that thing, instead of it just being like what they see is like a Segway or something.
I really appreciate you saying that. I'll say something on that to get us out of here. But before we do, let's get one more time to Vince Vaughn out in the Netherlands. Vince, skate parks, yay or nay? What's the vibe?
What were you saying?
What's the vibe with skate parks out in the Netherlands? Do Onewheels get accepted in skate parks, or are they frowned upon?
I think they are accepted. The skate parks where are close to mine are not always that crowded, so there's always room to Onewheel.
Just a big community. I love that you
they
guys
haven't been closed off too.
I love that you guys are willing to be. It seems like most one-wheel riders are inclusive. Jeff Foote, same. I'm guessing your same experience out here in DC. Have you seen anything in the skate parks where it was negative? Have you ever felt anything like that, or has it been welcoming?
Yeah, I've never had a problem in a skate park. Never gotten yelled at, or I usually like to go there when it's like not crowded and.
Dude, they're intimidating.
Yeah, totally. Especially because like. You don't totally know how it works. Like you see guys lined up, and you don't exactly know what they're waiting to do, and I don't want to be in their way. So, like it's hard to tell what's going on sometimes. So I like it when it's kind of empty and you just kind of screw around.
All right. Well, thank you again, Lyle. Unpin everybody so that we can all say goodbye to my wonderful guests here. They've been great. You guys are the best. Thank you for being here today. All of you, we'll have you back on. You're the official crew here, and I appreciate you guys being here. That is the first of many of those segments that I hope you guys enjoy. So thank you again to Jeff Foote, Bob Nicholson. We've got Vince Vaughn over there. I even see Kyle from Wheel Fun Stuff. Man.
Thank you, guys.
Javier, One Wheel Wing, Bob Nicholson, Bob Stoke Shop over there in California. Just a lot of fun. So thank you all for joining us. Lyle making all of this run. Really good job on your end. Now, like I said, I keep seeing colors change on my program. So just so that you guys know, Lyle and I have been doing this since, God, I don't know, let's say 8 a.m. this morning, and I was on the phone with Comcast. I don't have Verizon anymore, so Comcast is... we'll see, but I'm seeing red, yellow, green, red, yellow, green. I don't know. And I just upgraded to the best internet they have. So it's supposed to be 1,000 download and 35 up. If it can't run through that, then I don't know what else to do. But I'm not sure that it's switched over yet because it seems like we're having just a few issues every now and then. People are commenting. People are loving it. People are loving that whole segment. I appreciate you listening in Facebook. I appreciate you listening on YouTube. Wherever you're going to find it, I'm going to post this video nice and clean after this. But don't go anywhere because in 4 minutes, the boys from Wheel Fun Stuff coming up here, AJ Balanza and Kyle Hansen, they're both riding around separate. They're going to join. Just look at these guys having fun. They're just ready to go. Lyle's laughing. He's got them ready. They're up in the wings. So thank you for being here. Camping night. That looks like it's happening, and not this weekend, but we're shooting for the following. So it looks like, if I pull up a quick calendar, when is that going to be? I'm looking at the 13th, folks. Let's do it. Saturday the 13th. If you want to camp in D.C., just pray for good weather, and we're going to go to Lake Fairfax. I got to reserve it, but that's the date that we're looking for. A lot of people have been wondering, hey, man, when is this going to happen? Lyle and I went out there, and we did a whole scout. I'm going to put a video out this week. I'm going to show you guys exactly what it is. There's tons of room everywhere. There's RV camping. If you want to bring your RV, you can hook up to a 50 amp if you want. Doesn't matter. All right, it's only going to cost everybody who comes like maybe $10. Like it's like the most that it's going to be because of, especially if a bunch of people come. But I'll reserve it. It's like $140 for people to reserve it. As long as 14 people come, which I have a feeling they will. That's only 10 a person. And then it just is only less than that afterwards. So it's really not an issue as far as money goes. But it's right next to 11 miles of trails. It's right next to a pump track that you may or may not be welcome at. Lyle and I will talk about that at the end of the show. We'll tell you what happened. We put out a little bit of a video, but there is good news on the back half of that. So I don't want to waste any time before I get to our next guest because these guys have been waiting to hang out. They've got some videos to show us, and they are just good dudes with overall stoke. Let's start out with AJ from Wheel Fun Stuff. AJ, hello, sir. How are you? There he is. AJ, what's up? So you're riding around on that looks like a chair that's on a one wheel, I'm guessing. Both of you.
There's Kyle. There's his one wheel.
Okay, so what are people saying when they see this? What are the looks that you're getting right now, especially right now?
The one wheelchair has been getting the most reactions that we've seen on our group rides. Kyle actually did our last 2 group rides on a chair and just sent 14 miles on it. I think his top speed right now is like 20 miles per hour in the chair. It's insane. We've been riding chairs more than we've been riding boards lately.
It must be fun. I'm guessing the control is fairly stable. Do you have any ability to, how are you locking yourself in from sliding around? Look how comfortable he looks.
Oh, the chair is not locked in at all.
All right, hold on. Go to Kyle. Go to Kyle, Lyle. I want to talk to Kyle. Kyle, how are you not sliding around on this thing?
It's just the grip that you have on your board already. It's like the perfect grip. Just grips on, it connects to the sensors, and then you just keep riding. You're just sitting on the chair.
What's the matter with you guys? I love it. That's so amazing.
Just chilling, you know?
I feel like they need a beer, Lyle. Clyde, can you get them a beer? We need to help them out. So let me do this. Let's go to AJ. AJ, set up this video because you sent me some stuff, and I'll grab it while we're doing this, and just tell the people what it is that we're about to watch.
So Kyle and I have been trying to put together a lot of content lately, a lot of never before seen stuff, things that people haven't even thought about doing on a Onewheel lately. So we went out and we found a dumpster, and Kyle wanted to noseslide the dumpster, so we went for it. It was Kyle's birthday last week, so we're like, yo, dude, you got to be extra sendy today. Let's do something big. We found a dumpster, tried it 15 times, broke his foot.
Broke his foot?
He broke his foot.
Hold on. Go to Kyle. Kyle, wait a minute. Wait, should we? You know what? Let's do this. Kyle, hang on. You guys hang tight. I'm gonna do this on the same fader. So just be quiet for a second, and I want to just watch the video, and then we'll talk to Kyle about what the hell just happened. I need to know because, I mean, what?
Yeah, foot broken.
Looks pretty good. Now this is with the broken foot, so I think he's already broken at this point.
Yeah, that's why we figured out the chairs, because the chairs are a great wheelchair. When you break your foot, you don't have to stop one-wheeling.
That is amazing.
Had to keep one-wheeling, you know?
Dude, you look like you almost smashed your foot on that pole, sir. I'm a little concerned for you. How did you break your foot, man? Like, what happened? Kyle, I need to know. What happened?
So basically, the dumpster is about, I don't know, 4 feet in the air. I have a dumpster right here. I can show you reference. Boom, it's about, I'm sitting, so it's head height sitting, you know? So when I hit the ground, I pretty much put all my weight onto my right foot, and it basically rolled over my toes, and then it broke like just a small hairline fracture in my 4th metatarsal, which is the bones like right behind all your toes. So it's not like I shattered anything, and I don't need pins or anything. So it's like pretty clean break, and it'll heal pretty clean. So that's why I can still rip around and like walk. I can walk pretty good with the boot that I have on.
I hope, dude. I'm worried about you. I mean, we need to see the stuff that you guys continue to put out. I love it.
Don't be worried, man. I'm out here. We're ripping
Well, look
around.
here. I've got another one. What is this? Is this where you broke your foot?
I'm not sure.
Oh! All right, they didn't see that. I don't think they saw that. Hold on. Let me give it to the people. Sorry, folks. That was on Clyde. Oh, God. Oh! Dude! What? Wait a minute. I don't even know. I need it one more time in my life. We're gonna watch it one more time, folks. I can't watch this enough, even though it's sickening. I'm sorry that your foot is down, but the fact that you would even try this, you crazy person. Oh my God, whose fault is this? Was that you that said I want to do this, Kyle, or was it AJ? You can call him out.
Just that I wanted to, but AJ had the idea 100%. We were riding around that area, and he saw the dumpster, and he just goes, "Yo, can you no-slide this?" And I looked at him and went, "No, dude, are you an idiot?" And then lo and behold, we came back like a couple weeks later and tried to slide it, and then I broke my foot.
Oh man, that is amazing. Good for you guys. So AJ, let's go to you. You're the man behind the camera. You're the one that allows us to see everything. So AJ, what is it that keeps you going, man? What else can we expect from you guys coming up?
So we've been growing our community here in San Diego pretty big recently, and just started doing group rides every Friday. So we started our group rides again down here, and we call it Wheel Fun Fridays. This week, if anyone is in Southern California and wants to come out, we're doing a trick clinic. So we'll be doing a trick clinic in our own little parking lot right here, teaching people how to do curb nudges and stuff. And our little repair workshop has been stepping up, and our local community knows if your board's broken to come hit up Wheel Fun Stuff. And it's gotten to the point where there's people who know Wheel Fun Stuff and don't even know Kyle does a bunch of weird stuff and only knows us as a repair business. So it's pretty cool how that worked out.
I mean, it's amazing. People are saying right now on the social media lounge, they can't wait to buy a new chair. They want to get noodle foam from, like, they want to get foam noodles for the pool, and that way they can have, like, rubber bumpers, I guess. I don't know what this is. You guys are nuts.
Chair challenge. Post up a video of you riding in a beach chair. We're going to do a beach chair challenge. We'll give away a free t-shirt. This is going to be cool. Oh, yeah, we printed t-shirts. Have you guys gotten one? We'll give away a free t-shirt.
Okay, I'll do it.
Nice.
I dig it.
Very nice.
Kyle, if I can ask you, sir, you seem to be no fear. So, was there any fear before attempting that jump?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked because a lot of people always tell me that I have no fear. What up, man? But the thing is, I have a lot of fear, but the fear is what, pushes me to, like, do those things. I use that fear as, like, an adrenaline push pretty much to, like, get what's going, and all this, especially those big things like that dumpster slide. Like, I think about what to do, all the moves and stuff to make beforehand, and then once I'm doing it, it's just like I've thought about it so much that it's second nature. You kind of just have to commit to those big ones. You gotta just commit to them, because if you don't commit and you fall, that's when you hurt yourself, which is what happened. So it's like just commitment and, like, use that fear to push myself. That's the biggest thing, really.
Do you play golf, Kyle?
I have not played golf. I've gone to, like, Top Golf and driving ranges to,
What about your boy AJ? Does AJ play golf at all? Do I have any golfers in the crew?
No golf. I'll play putt-putt or, like, a little 3-par executive course, but that's it.
All right, the reason I'm asking is because it's the exact same thing with golf. If you are hitting down a fairway and you're driving and there's a lake to the left, if you're thinking don't go left, don't go left, don't go left, all you're going to do is go left. Like, you're already drowning in the lake. You might as well be. And it sounds like the exact same thing, Kyle. Does that kind of sound like what you're saying? It's like if you're sitting there about to hit a jump and you're going to go, oh, this is going to be bad. Oh, this is going to be bad. Yeah, then it's going to be bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, well then. So then we all agree. Be careful when you're going to do something scary. Commit to it. Does it help having AJ there egging you on, or does it maybe hurt having somebody push you out of your comfort zone? Oh, man down.
Man down. It absolutely helps having someone there, just egging me on. He's definitely, I call him my influencer, we ride around and he finds these random things that I would never think to do because it's so outlandish. And he goes, yo, you should do that right now. And I'm like, what? All right, I'll try it. Which then it might not be exactly what it is he was saying, but it turns into something so awesome. And, like, having him there is just like having a camera there, and having a camera in front of you, it just pushes you to, like, just go to those limits of, like, fun, really, honestly.
It's hard. Anytime the camera's on is usually when I screw up, because then I start thinking from the camera's perspective. So
yeah, you're thinking too much. Just go have fun. That's our biggest thing, is we go out and we just ride and have fun. Like this day, the day I broke my foot, we were filming the whole day beforehand, or the whole day before, like during the day, and it was the best time we ever had. Like, I still had a great birthday even though I broke my foot, because we were just having a fun. Fun is so good for your health. It's like, just go have fun, man. That's all. I preach it all day. That's all I'm about.
Well, I don't really know how to end it on anything better than that, folks. A little bit of stoke. Yeah. Look at these two.
Yeah, it's just too damn fun.
I appreciate it. Thank you, boys. AJ and Kyle from Wheel Fun Stuff. Check them out on Instagram. You guys are the best, AJ. Thank you, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Be safe. Kyle, heal up, dude.
Absolutely. I will.
Happy birthday. Later, fellas. We'll see you soon. Thank you for hanging out with us on the Voice of Onewheel. Man, good for these guys. There's Lyle making it all happen. Good job, Lyle. I see you working, brother. Couldn't do it without you, man. And I'll tell you right now, there's a whole lot of people saying, where the fuck is Belly? Excuse me, where's Belly? He couldn't be here today. You know why? Because he's back to work, and we're grateful for it. So happy for him. He just had his first day at the restaurant. They're doing half seating, outdoor seating. He is literally slinging drinks behind the bar to be brought out to people who are outside. So limited interaction with people, which sucks because that's what Belly's best at, and that's what he enjoys so much. But yeah, he wishes he could be here, and he told me that he would love to be here. He can't wait. If you haven't guessed, the format that we're kind of going for here is a little bit more of a stable of people that are contributors to the show, and I want to have more group conversations like we did in the beginning, and then more of an interview feel for the back half of it. And I think that would be a lot of fun. And I think the way that we are able to do this with Lyle here, completely killing it behind the scenes. The only thing that I want to make sure is that the internet is okay and that there's not cutting out. So if you've dealt with any kind of cutting out, I'll fix it. I literally upgraded already to the best internet possibly available by Comcast. So if it's not working today, it just hasn't kicked in yet. We upgraded it 30 minutes before going live today when we realized that, look, we're just not even going to try to play with it. This is what I had. So once we go way better than this, it's only going to get better from here. And that's the thing with any kind of new format, new show. It's a new feel. It's the same show, but it's going to get better as it goes because you got to give it a little bit of chance to breathe and to, well, that's not really a good thing to say today, but a little bit of a chance to I'm laughing. I shouldn't be laughing. Lyle, I got him. Lyle, you asshole. I see you over there getting me laughing. I love you, buddy. And you know I wasn't trying to be flippant at all about that. He's laughing at me because he knows that I shouldn't have said it. Yeah, you just want to give a chance for a show to find its wings when it takes on something new. So appreciate you guys letting us do that today. It's been a lot of fun so far. Got a lot of things in the saved videos, so I want to go to those. If I can, I'm going to pull those up, so don't go anywhere. I will be back after this. It'll be like 30 seconds, folks. We'll see you in just a few. So, one of these new groups out there, Onewheel Trail Riders. I think we watched this last week, but who doesn't want to see Dave Stewart get a little sendy?
Chasing you. If I don't need shit, I'll be behind you somewhere.
Now, this is out in Tahoe, I believe. We can find out, yeah. How do you guys feel about this? A little bit of a mess to the right there. You fall to the right, you're in trouble. You lose your board to the right, it's gone. And the guy you can see in the shadow behind him is on a bike. We watched this last week. I just want to show it once again because I want to encourage you to get out on a trail. It's the most fun I've had riding lately because of the new group, Onewheel Trail Riders, has kind of encouraged everybody to go out and show pictures of their favorite trails. And boy, has this been fun. Something about the connection to nature, something about the wonder of exploring, and
nice.
The ability to do it without the effort, except for when you do that.
That looked painful.
Love you, Dave Stewart. Very nicely done. One of the Race for the Rails champions. He's not a noob rider at all. Just has no problem getting a little bit sendy. So love that. I want to do more. I want more. I need more in this. So what else do we have from the save videos? Clyde. This is my favorite riding buddy. Who is this? Is this one of our own? Jonathan Stock. That must be fun to have a kid that finally reaches the age where you can start riding with him or her. Really exciting time. Shout out to John. Funny that he just shaved a mullet into the kid's head. John, saw it, think it looks awesome. Like, that was such a funny mullet. He said I think he had like 2 hours before his wife came home, had he shave it. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I wanted to show you guys that. And to all you moms and dads out there who ride along with your kids, the family that rides together stays together. So very nice. I appreciate that from John Stock. There it is. Man, feeling good today. What else we got? I've got a new 4,000 mile trail that'll let people bike across the U.S. on one path. Do you guys see this? That's a thing. It's coming. One path all the way across the United States. And I don't know. They're trying to make it happen. Oh, that's not. That's a loan. For the first time in history, a coast-to-coast bike trail will connect nearly 4,000 miles of country from Washington, D.C. to Washington State. It's called the Great American Rail Trail, and it was announced last month by a nonprofit Rails to the Trails. Ooh, Rails to Trails Conservancy. That's what it is, which has been working with the state and local governments to transform former railroad corridors into multi-purpose public paths for the last year and a half. Look, if that's the thing, that's what I keep talking about, the WO&D Trail. It used to be a railroad. Now it's a bike lane. It is so much fun to ride, especially the little horse tracks that go off of it. There's so many trails that go off of it. There's so many things to do. So that's exciting. For anybody who wants to go across the country on your one wheel. If you were going to do that, the people who do the advertising for this site are very smart, because I have been looking, guys, I am balls deep in like the e-bike world right now. I'm loving my e-bike. I spend at least as much time on my e-bike as I do on my one wheel. Really enjoy my Rad Mini. I've got a Sur-On on the way. Damn right. Did it. Did it like 2 months. Well, not 2 months ago, like 2 weeks ago. Put it on credit and said, fuck it. I'm going to pay this off in 3 years. Got a good rate from my bank. And fuck it. I cannot wait to ride on a Sur-On. I need something to take me out of this funk. That was what I did. So yeah, I got a Sur-On on the way. But while I was looking them up, I found this. And that's this thing to the right. These Delfast bikes, these e-bikes, they go 265 miles on one charge. Ridiculous. The bike is like $6,000. Like, if you're gonna spend, like, if you have the money, fuck it, that's the one to buy. Delfast Top 2.0. Google it. Tell me I'm wrong. What else is going on in the save videos? I need it. Need more in my life. People are calling the one wheel call-in line, but I have it off right now, okay? I know that. I appreciate it. It'll work, and we will have the call-in line back, but I just have it down for today. This one's called Up a Four-Step. Hold my beer.
Yeah!
Ow.
Yeah!
Just no problems. Let's watch it again. Give me a replay. Flight fins. Flight fins engage. Oh, so good.
Yeah!
I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd be a little bit nervous going down 4 steps. I don't think I've ever jumped. Have you ever jumped 4 steps, top to bottom? I don't think I ever have. Lyle, have you ever jumped 4 steps at one time on your one wheel, sir?
No, I tried to go down like 3 of them, but then I ended up not doing well at all.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Video of it that Alan has.
Now we're gonna have to try it, because if they're gonna be going up and down 4-step jumps, I gotta try myself at least to do it before I even comment. What is up, dude? You're running the whole show. Thank you for doing this. You've been doing an amazing job. Lyle Spain from the Fairfax One Wheel crew. Hey, man. Thank you. Are you okay? Is your head spinning?
No, this just put me back in the groove, man. Thank you so much. This you opened the door, welcome me, and just like it's just indicative of this community, this one wheel community. The way it's just been so welcoming.
You do a great job, and I mean, really, this has been a huge help. It's going to add such a new element to the show. I like having a group feel for this. I want more of a group feel, and I miss that. That's what I always wanted out of a show. But without, you know, really being able to be together, I don't even want people over here. Like, dude, I don't even want you to come over at this point. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want Belly to come over. Like, I want a little bit of distance for a little bit longer. Like, that's fine. And if you do too, that's fine. If you're going out and riding with people, fine. Just be smart, everybody. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do. I didn't want today to be preachy. It's a tough day to do a first show, but I mean, no complaints. It's not tough compared to what people in our country are going through. Not at all. So I'm not going to sit here. I think it was Jeff Foote that said, dude, are you really doing a show today? Like, look at your apartment. Like, it's a bomb. If you look at it, like a bomb went off. Like, I don't have a couch. I don't have a TV set up. I don't have anything set up other than this, because I needed this to continue to do my job and to continue to be here for you. And that's what I'm going to do. But, you know, if you're going to, you know, just it felt right. No, I'm not. I mean, I easily could have just said, well, I almost kind of wanted to say, like, let's just give it one more week. You know, it's been a lot. We were working on this for the last 2 days straight. I haven't showered in 3 days. I mean, I don't even know where my toothbrush is. But, Lyle, say that again. Hold on. Let me get your fader up. What's that?
Thank God smells don't come over there.
You're damn right. That's why you guys aren't allowed over here. But it just felt inspiring to see how the lengths that people are going to have their voices heard. And if I actually have a microphone, then like we're turning it on. It's been too long that people have not. Just the last thing on this. Just please be willing to listen. That's all it is. If you're hearing me right now and you think I'm being preachy, that's not what. Like, you just come on, take down your level of just like I would implore you to try to think about what it must be like. I heard the story, Lyle, the other day of a guy, I forget who it was. It was like an African-American coach. It was an athlete. It was somebody in sports. And they were saying that when they were a kid, they had the talk with their father, that they were, you know, here's your lanyard with your ID on it. And if you're ever asked by a policeman, I don't ever want you to go into a glove box. I don't ever want you to have to reach for anything. You know, I want you to memorize your license number and I want you to have it on your lanyard at all times. That's not something that a white person has ever even thought about. I can tell you, I did not ever have that as an upbringing. Like, that's not something that I dealt with. And that right there is enough to just say, like, we don't know what the differences are in everybody's lives. So when somebody says, hey, I don't like the way things are going, can you at least just listen? It's the least that we can do. It really is. So I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful for you allowing us to turn on the microphones today. Lyle, I think, like, let's finish it up with, you know, maybe you can close things out on how it went with our boy Tony, who kicked us out of Lake Fairfax. Now, what happened, we went there, we went to the pump track. The guy, just a quick recap, saw us riding. I overextended, and I didn't really nosedive, but I just kind of did nosedive. And my plates went into the rocks on the track and made a big noise. And he was like, all right, you guys can't ride here. And kind of made a big stink about it. So what we did is Lyle just said, what? Cool. That's awesome. What's your name? Tony? Thanks. So, Lyle, you called the offices. Are we allowed to camp there? Are we allowed to have fun there? Are we kicked out for good? What's the deal?
So what I've learned so far is that Onewheels is not incorporated into their structure of motorized vehicles because it still falls under the e-bike kind of thing. But what was cool and kind of it rubbed me the wrong way, and you too, Adam, when I shared, was they were in conversation with me all the way up until I said, hey, I'm Lyle Spain. I'm one of the guys that Tony kicked off of the pump track. How can we start a conversation on how these two communities can be symbiotic and radio silence? It's just.
How long ago was that?
Last week.
And how quickly were they responding before you said that?
We shot that video on Wednesday.
I haven't placed it yet. If you're wondering what he's talking about, I haven't put it out yet. We wanted to show everybody what we're going to be doing.
The update video.
Okay.
The update video on Wednesday. Wednesday, I was in conversation, and that's what we shared. We were in conversation. Wednesday evening, I said, hey, I'm Lyle. I'm one of the guys that got kicked off of the track. And that was it. No more.
I don't like it. I don't like that, folks. So here's the thing. I am going to ask you if you're going to come out and camp with us. This is my home track, okay? It's literally a I can throw a rock to it from my apartment, my new place. So it's like the one place, the one good thing about this new place. Okay, I'm fine, but dude, when you move in and you gotta clean pee off the seat, it's like, did anybody even like? We're in the middle of a pandemic. Like, did anybody even clean in here? Like, okay. But you know what? It backs up to my favorite trail, and I want you all to come ride it, and I want you all to come camp with me. But please don't be a dick. If I see you out here and you're being a dick, I'll police it because I care about these trails just like anybody else. And that's not a threat. Just ride like I know how you do ride. You're a one-wheel rider. You're somebody who cares. And that's all that needs to be said. But I think we need to remember, especially even when Tony was giving us the business, we didn't really argue with him because we weren't trying to. Even that, all we tried to do was call in later, and you can see as Lyle was trying to be kind and say, hey, how do we talk about merging the two symbiotically? Radio silence. So they'll take any chance they can get to just kind of say, nah, get out of here. You know what? Oh, wow, 50 of you guys? Nah, F this, get out of here. So that's what I don't want to have happen. If you are going to come out for camping night, just do it with respect, and I think we'll be okay. And if not, we'll just have one epic time, and then screw it. I'll just get yelled at every time I go out there from here on out. It is what it is. I don't care. I'm here to do it. I'm here to ride, folks. Let's go. Not this weekend. You know why? Because Pittsburgh's coming to D.C. That's right. If you're here in D.C., the Pittsburgh crew is coming down. They're ready to hang out with you. So get ready because Jackie Goral will be here. She's bringing a few riders from Pittsburgh. They want to see as much as we're able to show them. Now, maybe it'll be a little bit different than it was when we planned this months ago. But that's okay. If you're around, you're able to ride this weekend, come hang out with them. They're a bunch of good people. And just keep your distance, but have a lot of fun. This has been good, Lyle. I appreciate you, man. You did good today. Everybody in the social media lounge, shout him out. He made everything run. It's been a lot of fun. And I want to thank one more time Jeff Foote, Bob Nicholson, Javier Starks, Vince Vaughn. Awesome job today. This will be more of the feel and moving forward, more of group talks, more of you, and just more of what we can do to get this community on top. We have a lot to offer, and so do you. I appreciate you guys. Have a good float. See ya.